Greetings and welcome back, everyone. Today we're doing a terraforming episode. I talked about in the last episode that I might be building a volcano, and here I am. Boy, terraforming takes a long damn time. I spent hours and hours doing this thing. What I'm doing now is I'm building a kind of a pillar so I can get an estimate of how high I want this thing to be. I mean, look at how empty everything is. I hate that the beginning maps start out with just a completely flat nothingness. I kind of wish that they started out with some kind of landscaping. I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be elaborate with a bunch of waterfalls and crazy stuff, but a few hills and maybe a lake or something would be nice. Here I am just kind of looking around, seeing where I want to place this thing in regards to where the entrance is. There's our tiny little zoo with 3 exhibits and nothing else. I think, if I was doing it in Sandbox mode, I feel like I would probably do all the terraforming before I start doing the zoo. But hey, this is franchise mode, so you gotta make a few bucks before you're able to actually do anything, because this terraforming is not all that cheap. I think I spent $100,000. I had to let the zoo run for a while to get my money back so I could keep going. And then when you get to the decorating part, where you're adding a bunch of trees and water features, those waterfall sprayer nozzle things, boy, they cost a bunch. Since you're putting down, you could put down $1,000 every time you click on those. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. This is the first part of it. I'm going to go into a time lapse here and speed things up a little bit, because like I say, it took hours to do this. So you're not going to sit around for hours watching me slowly click on everything. So I laid down, I wanted to have an infrastructure inside of the volcano. So I figured it would probably be easier to lay all that down first and then build the volcano around it. I fought the pathing monster pretty badly. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of suck at doing the pathing. I know there's people out there that they can do all these intricate curves and stuff, and I don't know. I'll probably get there eventually, but it really put up the good fight when it came to this. So I started. I wanted to do at least 2 floors on this, because this is supposed to be kind of the focal point of the whole zoo. I want this to be kind of like a not right in the center, but close enough to the center where people are walking through it, around it. And I want transportation to come out of here too. I want to do at least one train station, and then I want to try to do some of those. What are they? I don't know. The cable car looking things. So yeah, this is supposed to be like the focus of the whole zoo. I want, when you walk right through the gate, the first thing you see is this waterfall laden volcano that just catches your eye and makes you go, damn, look at that thing. And I know it's a little, I do realize that a volcano, it's not really gonna be like a volcano would be in nature. A lot of the water is going to be coming from the volcano. All the waterfalls are cascading down from the volcano. But I feel like, in a regular zoo, what they would do is, they would have some kind of pumping system that pumps all the water up there, and then it flows down from the top of the volcano to all the other parts. I feel like that's how they do it in a real zoo. So we're gonna take a little liberties and do it that way. Yeah, I'm still fighting the path monster here, trying to figure out where I want to go with this thing. Like I say, I want 4 different paths coming out of each side of the volcano. So whether you're in the back section or the left or right section, it all kind of feeds you in towards this volcano. I think on the bottom floor, I think what I'm going to probably do is have a bunch of the exhibit animals and make it look kind of like a cave down there, and have the exhibit animals in there, give people something to do. And then I think on the second floor, I think that's where I'm going to bring the train in, because I think it's going to be cool walking up to the train station and looking out and being able to ride right out of the volcano, right down the track, and I think the views would be pretty impressive from that. So that's what I'm heading for on the second floor, is trying to get this train station up and going. But here's the initial layout of the interior of the volcano. This is kind of what I went with. The 2 walkways on each side. I might go back and try to build like an elevator shaft looking thing to make it a little bit more realistic for handicap accessibility and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see. There's so much stuff to do in these zoos. It's just an endless. I could do this and I can do that. So if I say something, hey, I'm going to do this, and then I end up not doing it, don't hold me accountable for what I say, because it's so easy to get distracted in this game. You think, oh, I'm going to do this, and then something else catches your mind, and you never end up getting to where you wanted to be. Oh, here I am. I'm trying to put a 3rd floor on this thing. What I'm going to do in the 3rd floor, I have no idea, but I thought it would look kind of cool. Maybe for later expansion, who knows? I might end up doing something up there. Maybe the 3rd floor is where I'll do that cable car coming down from there. It's awful high, though, so we'll see. Yeah, here I am fighting the staircase monster again. Damn, putting stairs in this game can be just kind of a chore. But there I got kind of a little dogleg left staircase there that I think it'll look okay. Just more fighting the interior thing. It all comes together, though. This is the hard part. It would have been harder if I had built the volcano and then tried to go back in and do a bunch of tunneling stuff, and you can't see worth a damn because you're inside of the volcano. I even with all the hassle I had to do to fight this thing and make it work, I still do think that this is probably the right way to go about this, is to build the inside first and then come back and do the volcano around it. I really fought this staircase for a while. This fast forwarded quite a bit here, and I'm still, you can see for yourself how much I'm fighting to try to get this stupid staircase to go, but it just doesn't. This side, for some reason, just would not see it my way. So eventually I just said to hell with it and had one staircase going up to the 3rd floor. Like you say, I don't even know what I'm going to do on the 3rd floor anyway. If I'm even going to have anything up there, I might just end up deleting it eventually. But I wanted to get the infrastructure in place in case I have a great idea where, I want to do this on the 3rd floor. And now I've got to go do a bunch of tunneling through the volcano, and it's too much hassle. So I figured right now, while it's where it is, I'll just get it done now. Like I say, this staircase, man, I bet I spent 30 minutes fighting the staircasing just trying to get this stupid thing to go, because nothing would snap anywhere. I think this is where I finally just say, the hell with that staircase on the other side. I'm just going to have one staircase up and call it a day. And here I am just kind of laying out the 3rd floor. Yeah, I think it turned out looking pretty good, though. I'm pretty excited about the end result. This is going to be a 2-part terraforming thing, because I think this video is going to end up being about a half an hour long, and I don't think anybody wants to sit here and watch fast forward action for an hour. So I'm going to break it into 2 parts. Oh, here I am. I rebuilt the pillar thing. I always like to do this pillar thing, because then you can do the flatten to terrain at any level and just kind of pull it out, and it makes it so easy to raise up ground like this. So you do like one layer, and then you come back, you lay down another layer, and it's kind of like like the 3D printed concrete structures. I don't know if you've seen that, where they have this like nozzle that lays down this like 3D print like concrete and like can 3D print whole buildings and stuff. That's kind of what I'm doing here. If you look at it, it's like the cursor is the nozzle of the 3D printer, and it just extrudes landmass all the way around this thing. So here it is. Pretty much as high as it's gonna go. I think I come back and I threw a little water in there just to kind of see what it would look like, and then I came back to the entrance to see how it looked like when you walked in. And it catches your eye like right off in the horizon, like, oh, there's a volcano over there. And now here I am bringing out I don't know, look at them as if they're like tendrils, I guess, like or octopus legs coming out from the middle of this volcano. I want to kind of use it to section off different parts of the zoo, and just to bring a little bit more elevational changes to the zoo. Like I say, I hate that just flat nothingness that you start out with. So I forget how many sections I ended up kind of making in this, but yeah, I think in this video I start with like 4 or 5 different sections, all kind of emanating out from the volcano, and then come in and do little terraces and try to make it look a little more natural. If you do the flatten the terrain and then you kind of move the mouse quick, it does that kind of little terracey thing that I think looks pretty decent. It's more natural than if you drag your mouse slow and just have like this big, thick, all uniform looking line coming out from it. So if you see the kind of pixelized almost looking things, that's what happens there when you move your mouse quick. And then you come back and you use the smoothing tool and just kind of blend it all in and pull things out here, push things there, kind of make it all look a little bit more integrated into the terrain. It's not that hard. It just takes so long to do it. I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of relaxing. You know, you wake up with your coffee and you just kind of mess around with this for a while. You can see I got a barrier there that's kind of like interfering with things, but it doesn't matter. I'll come back later and just kind of remove that and smooth everything out, make it look the way it should. Here I am just kind of smoothing out all the edges on this tendril. I hate when it goes off the map and it makes that stark, line at the end of where your map ends. Now here I am coming in and starting to lay out some of the water features in the zoo. Here's going to be a fairly large pond, lake, I guess, river. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, easiest way to do that is just to pull a hole down with the push tool, and then just kind of use the flatten the terrain and just hollow the whole thing out. And then you can come back later and just kind of texture the bottom and kind of texturize the sides, do a little landscape. Here I am making a kind of a waterfall pool. I screwed up that edge there. I got to bring it back up because the water won't go in, so I lay down a little extra there, kind of play around with the water, see how it looks. Over here too, get an idea how that lake's gonna look. I go back and kind of smooth it out a little bit. I hate that harsh line that it gives you. Pull up a little here, push down a little there. Just kind of add a little, I don't know, natural to it. It looks so unnatural the way it starts out. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better there. Fill the water up at the top there. Now I start thinking about where I want waterfalls to come down on this side. This side gets a little complicated here, but I think it turns out looking pretty good though. I got ideas. I'm gonna do like a behind the waterfall walkway and all that, and waterfall from the top into another pond, so it's like a multi-tiered waterfall system. Yeah, here I am just kind of filling out some of the other little bodies of water, making another lake over here. Yeah, I think, like you say, I'm pretty proud of how this turns out. I don't know. The internet people might say it sucks, but internet people say everything sucks. So you be the judge at the end and let me know. Let me know what you think. If you want to leave a comment and tell me my zoo sucks, then I don't know. Apparently on YouTube, the comments, doesn't matter if they're good or bad, but comments counts as like interactions, and interactions is good. I don't know. I'm new to this YouTube thing, so hey, if you want to leave a hate comment, hey, leave a hate comment. No skin off my back. I'll be fine. Here I start kind of laying out like where I want the pathing to go. Trying to get everything level. Sometimes it can be a hassle. I've got this path kind of like at a 15-degree tilt to one side, and it just didn't want to lay down right. I kind of fought the smoothing out monster here. There I go, back trying to smooth it out so I can get this path up. I think this is the point where it's after you do the terraforming, you get kind of a rough idea of how the landscape looks. I think it's important to kind of like start thinking about your pathing at this point. Where do you want the paths go? See there, I've got that tunnel going behind the waterfall. Now I'm thinking, okay, where do I want to path out here to hook up these ones? Try to smooth that out. And I kind of like don't like the way that looks, so I get rid of all that. And I'm like, I go back and I'm like, I think I'm going to have it go down on this side. So you kind of like start thinking in your head, how would a zoo, in real life, how would a zoo do all the construction work to make this all come together? Because I'm sure they've got, if this would be, I don't even know, $100 million project or something in reality. I mean, you don't just build a volcano with 14 different waterfalls coming off of it and all of these lakes and everything else. This would be a major ordeal in reality. So they'd have all this planned out pathing wise and stuff in advance. But I try to do it in my head. How am I gonna? Where are the paths gonna go? How do I want this to look? 20 exhibits down the line, and like I say, we've got a tiny little zoo with 3 animals in it. I mean, we're anything but a giant zoo at this point. But I feel like this is the groundwork that will let us get to be a giant zoo at some point. Because if you don't take care of your business now, you're gonna run into problems later down the line, where you're out of real estate and everything sucks and you don't know what to do, and you just say screw it and start a new zoo. But I feel like if you can lay it down, the landscaping and the pathing, and kind of get an idea where you get a vision in your head where you want this thing to be 10 exhibits down the line, then it gets a lot easier. It's like, oh, I've got a room over here to put a restaurant down, a room over here for this habitat, and I feel like I've done a good job with this map, kind of planning ahead. Here I get a little distracted and decide I'm going to start putting down some trees, because it just looks so naked after you do all this. I start grabbing some palm trees and putting some of them down. I don't do a lot of landscaping in this episode because that's super expensive, and I just ran out of time. Like I say, this was hours of terraforming work here. I feel bad because it took me. I was working all week, so I didn't have a lot of time. And it took me like a week to get an episode out, because I did this. If any of the people like watch the episode before and then skip over this and go to the next one, they're going to be like, "What happened? How did a volcano sprout out of the ground?" Well, I guess I should encourage you to watch all the episodes. But here I am fighting to try to get the waterfalls to look right. They can really be a chore. They take a lot of time. I spent a lot of time like off camera trying to get these waterfalls looking the way I wanted them to look. I messed around with this one for a while. I kind of thought it looked like trash, and then I redid it later. I'm fiddling around with trying to maybe do some of the jets, and I don't know. That looked like garbage too. So I undid all of that. It came back looking pretty good at the end. But please ignore this waterfall because this looks like straight up trash. But it'll give you an idea kind of what I had in mind here, even though it looks absolutely horrible. Yeah, here I get an idea. I'm going to carve out a little bit more at the bottom here so I can only... But then I overfill it and I keep fighting the level of the water. Got to add a little land to the front there so it contains it a little better. And the rain in this game, anytime you play a tropical area, I swear to God, it's like it rains, I don't know, 80% of the time. Like it's always monsoon season in Calcutta in this game. I wish you could just kind of, turn the rain off. I don't know, maybe you can. If anybody knows how to turn the rain off, by all means let me know. I accidentally put the murky water feature in instead of the clear. I hate the murky, it looks so dirty. I don't know. I had to go back and change all that. I mean, I'm almost bored just watching all of this waterfall stuff. This waterfall, putting the waterfalls down can be such a pain. Once you get one that looks pretty good, you can do the old cut and paste maneuver and make it a lot easier on the second one. That's what I'm trying to do here, to try to do cut and paste, but I just hated the way it ended up looking. It just looks like trash. Don't use those water jet things either. That's a bad idea. I don't know what I was thinking there. Now I got tired of the fight in the waterfalls and decided I'm going to go back in and kind of hollow out and do some work on this cave interior. I spent a lot of time getting the cave interior where I wanted it to be. I'm still not very happy with the way the interior of the cave ended up looking, but we don't even have our tiny little zoo. We don't even have anything to put down there now anyway, so it's not like it really matters. Here I am tunneling out the what theoretically should be where the railroad goes in a future episode. Yeah, the views on this is pretty interesting. I like some of the. I mean, if this zoo was in real life, I would definitely go there. This would be one of the cooler zoos. I mean, how many zoos have a volcano with trains coming out of it? That's one thing I like about this game is the creativity. You can do anything you want. I mean, look at the view here. I really like the way the view here looks. I feel, in today's taking a selfie world, I think there'd be a line of people taking selfies in front of that window up there. But yeah, this is pretty much where I called it quits on this episode. I hope you like what you see in here. I'll do my best to keep on keeping on here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying what I'm doing, and feel free to leave a comment, hit that like button, and by all means subscribe. I could use some subscribers. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate what you do.